Okay, ready, go. Ready, go. Okay, so let's start with your downline view. Normally I go with the front view first, but so when we look at the downline view, go. So on the way up, the club goes quite steep.
Yes.
And then you shallow it and hit the bone, which is not a bad strategy. So that way, because in a sense you're looping here,
Yes.
so you cannot rush that much.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a lot of people just go, follow typical path and then drop it too much. But in your case, you're going a bit steeper and then bring it down. So on the way down, the swing plane is reasonable here. But when the club head goes down this way, then you have a tendency of the so-called reverse spiral swing. So if the club head drops too much, then on the way down, the club head stays below the swing plane.
Yes.
And then in the end, your club moves away from the swing plane quite a bit in the follow through. But we need to go through a swing, and that's exactly what's happening. So sometimes just looking at the swing is hard to tell here. Go here, and you're dropping the club head here. Yeah. So when this goes a bit too much here, then you start developing the so-called reverse spiral swing. I classify the swing styles into three different patterns. One is a planar. So at the top of backswing, the club stays above the swing plane, and then come down and they have a good planar motion here, and then again goes up here.
Yes.
So then you have a positive deviation at the top, and the positive deviation at the end of the follow through. The next style is spiral. So you have positive deviation at the top, and then during the follow through, the club goes below the swing plane.
Okay.
Showing negative deviation. So positive to negative, that's a spiral pattern. Exactly opposite is a reverse spiral pattern. So if you drop the club too much here, then it goes below the swing plane.
Yes.
So negative deviation, and the large positive deviation here.
Okay.
And then when you intentionally drop the club, then the tendency is more toward the reverse spiral pattern.
Okay.
And when you have a reverse spiral pattern, then the issue is generally people also have a stuck elbow problem here. So coming down here, and then your body basically blocks the motion of the arm. So either you slide the body to make the spaces here, or it's stuck here and then try to swing like this. Among the female players, if you look at the APJ players, some of them are doing this.
Yes.
Because it's stuck here. And this is because of too much dropping of the trail elbow.
Yeah, and obviously I don't hit as many balls as I used to, but I used to get tendonitis in here, regularly.
That puts a lot of burden because you're dropping it behind here and then you try to turn it this way here. And also with that, if your swing plane becomes a bit more outward, then normally when you hit the ball, then you'll go slightly to the right side.
Yeah.
So the block shot, or if it's too much, then when people intentionally try to bring the ball toward the center, then it gives a bad hook, low hook.
Because what I'll do is, because I go down here, I'll get deep divot fades because I end up doing that.
So when you go a bit high here in the drop here, instead of dropping this too much, you can just have a natural shallowing here.
Yeah.
So almost they have the image of still your elbow is below the whole thing here. So you're supporting this instead of dropping the club head like this, using this supination motion once you start the downswing. In the backswing, you have you should have a reasonable supination here to keep the club here. But once you start the downswing, bring this down along this highway here toward the target instead of as you start and try to swing around. So this This gives the reverse spiral pattern.
Just move. Okay.
So that can be done during the backswing here. That's okay to bring the club in this position instead of going this way. So this is okay. But once you start the downswing and then when you have this motion, it gives too much dropping of the club head. Then the tendency is a reverse spiral pattern. So again, we have to actually measure your swing so that clearly see how much you go down and whether it actually causes a reverse spiral pattern. But definitely with that, you will have a slightly outward swing plane. And the direction of a swing plane is important because oftentimes it causes a lot of trouble here. So because you already have a bias to the right side, you try to bring the ball always in. And sometimes you have block shots and the low hook. But so eventually we have to again measure your swing and then see how far the club head goes down, whether it reaches the level to cause a reverse spiral pattern. And then you are really strong in hitting the ball well. So go up, frontal view, go. So at the beginning of the backswing here. Yeah, I want to see to use the right leg a bit more actively in the backswing. So instead of overall swinging the arm like this, and then as you go back, use the right leg and push the ground and have more active backswing. So when you have active lower body, then swinging the club head around, this has no meaning because with the leg action, you have active backswing here, and then downswing with the left leg here. So when this happens, your main focus is having good on-plane motion. So the club head has both the on-plane motion and off-plane motion. So if this is the swing plane, the club head has a positive deviation here. And then along the way, it has to come down to the swing plane here. So the off-plane motion decreases, and then moving toward the swing plane. But on the swing plane, you also have a really fast motion here. So the goal is to have a fast motion backward here and change the direction and going in the downswing direction here. And then you have some off-plane motion there. But when you start using your lower body, then you have less concern about the off-plane motion. Because even if you have positive deviation here, as you start the motion with the body action here, naturally you will be able to bring this down toward the swing plane. So you don't have to intentionally swing the club around. So the better way of doing this intentional shallowing here is just to go up slightly higher here, and the slide just drop here without going this way.
I just need to feel that.
So just to go up slightly above the swing plane here, this is okay. Always the hands going above the swing plane is easy because you can easily drop the hands. But when the club head goes away from the swing plane, you have to do something, either swinging around or you have the intention to do something. So as you go up, keep the club head slightly above the swing plane. Your hands can go a bit higher instead of keeping the club head high here and then turning around this way. So the hands goes a bit higher here, and on the way down, as your body starts the downward motion, naturally you can easily drop the hands here and then let it go. So you don't have to introduce this a lot of looping motion, particularly using the supination of the trail arm here and then try to drop the club head down. So in the frontal view, when you do that, it looks nice because the club will stay behind you, so you have a good leg here. But actually, it's because of this motion here. And usually, at the beginning of the downswing, this motion does not have much positive effect. So just pay attention to moving the club fast along the swing plane here. Let it go, and the slide is just a drop here by using the body motion, and then let it go.
And I think you're right. So when you I got a swing cat. So when you look at my pressure, I don't shift a great deal into my right side.
Because in your intention, because you want to just move this club head up here and then just to try to turn this way. So in doing this doesn't really need to be active. But if you change the imaging and then try to throw the club this way here, by using leg action, throw and then throw. No need to do this, and then you can use the legs more actively. And then as you engage your legs more, the overall the swing should be a bit easier.
Yes.
Yeah, because instead of using the upper body a lot, you're using the lower body.